Everyone, Jose30 here back with another How to Play. Today we're looking at how to play this game called Haggis by Son Ross and Indie Boards and Cards. The card game, not the food. Don't want to go anywhere near the food. No disrespect to the Scottish, but I don't think that's something I want to eat. But the game, I'll play the game. And this one is hard to find. I was very lucky to find it. It was pricey, but I'm glad I got it. It is a ladder climbing, trick-taking game, just like some of the other ones I'm looking at this month, where each player is going to play cards, and you're trying to get rid of all the cards in your hand first, shed the cards in your hand. And you got instructions in a couple of additional languages here, in case you're wondering. And then you got the English ones. You want to be the first person to get rid of all the cards in your hand, while also trying to capture certain scoring cards during play. Now you can also get additional points by placing a bet. You can bet 15 or 30 points, I believe it is. Bear with me a second here. Yeah, 15 or 30 points. Now, I believe some versions of the game actually come with like a betting coin that's 15 on one side, 30 on the other, or a couple of coins. This one did not come with that, unfortunately. That's just the way it is. But you can bet 15 or 30 points that you will go out first. And if you do, you get those points. And additionally, if somebody else, you can also bet 0 points. But let's say I bid 30 that I was going to go out first, and this guy bid 15, this guy bid 0, and I go out first, I'm going to get the 30 points. I'm also going to get his 15 points. This guy, he didn't bid anything. He's still going to get the 15 points from this guy, I believe it is. He's going to get points anyway, even if, just because he didn't bid against me. So if you don't bid against the player, you get rewarded at the same time. If I understood everything correctly. Now, it's a 54 card deck, and shuffle the cards. Each player is going to get 14 cards. The rest of the cards are going to be put aside face down as what is called the Haggis, and whoever wins is going to get those cards. Now, you also have these special cards here: a jack, a queen, and a king. And you can see, hopefully you can see, but the jack is worth 2. The queen is worth 3, and the king is worth 5. And they're double-sided. Each player is going to get the jack, queen, king. These are basically wild cards. They can be used as part of sets. And the sets that you can play are anything from 1 card to a pair to a 3 of the kind, up to a set of 6, or runs of 3 or more. So you can play 5, 6, 7 if you want, or so forth. There is also in this game bombs. And as I mentioned, if you're going to play with just 2 players, this game is for 2 or 3 players, which is interesting because a lot of games like this are for 3 or usually 4 players, not 2. But this one you can play just with 2 players. I believe if you play with just 2 players, though, the other hand becomes... Actually, no, the other hand doesn't matter because... I'm not sure. I figured there was a dummy hand, but I don't think that there is. If you are playing with just 2 players, however, you're going to take out 1 full suit. As I mentioned, these are the suits you get. Cards right here, numbered. They go up to 10. I believe they go 2 for 10. No ones, if I recall. Yeah. And pretty cool. All the odd numbered cards, the 3s, the 5s, the 9s, and the 7s, they're worth 1 point. Those are the cards you want to try to win when you're winning tricks, because they're worth points. The rest of the cards, the even cards, the 4s, 6s, 10s, 8s, they're not worth nothing. Excuse me, I apologize. And here it shows, 2 players, it's 4 suits. 3 players, it's all 5 suits. Each player gets 14 cards, plus the free face cards. The rest of the cards are going to be the Haggis. That's 8 cards with 2 players, 3 cards with 3 players. And whoever has the lowest score gets the lead. And then, of course, you get the bets. And the bets you place, I believe, after each person has, or after you play your first card, or after you play the first round, whatever it is exactly. Whoever plays the highest trick, with the highest combo, wins the cards. However, if somebody wins a trick with a bomb, which I'll explain what that is in a bit, then those cards, they have to give them to one of their opponents. So these cards are actually worth quite a bit of points, and if you use them, which you probably will, you're going to have to give them to one of your opponents. What is a bomb? What qualifies as a bomb in this game is the first bomb is any free 5, 7, or 9, irregardless of the suit. 3, 5, 7, 9. If you play those 4 cards, that is a bomb. The next bomb is a jack and a queen. The next one is a jack and a king. The next one is a queen and a king. And then there's a jack, queen, king. And then the highest bomb you can play is 3, 5, 7, 9, all in the same suit. And that will just beat anything. And the bombs you can play at any time out of turn. So you're going around, people playing cards, you can go, boom, bombed you. So yeah, there is that. So we'll deal out the cards here. Cards are decent quality with linen finish. And you're going to keep playing until one player goes out, and they're going to capture the Haggis, whatever is in that. And then you're going to keep going until all but one player goes out. Whoever goes out first gets the Haggis. Everyone else just goes out. So let's deal out some cards here. And 3 cards left to become the Haggis, whatever those cards are. So we'll say that I will be the start player. I'm going to look at my cards here. Let's see what I've got very quickly. And you're probably going to want to put them in some kind of an order like this. So just bear with me while I do that. And I'm going to play another thing you can play in this game. So I'm going to do is 2 runs of subsequent pairs. It's pretty unique to this game. You can also do a run of 3 in pairs, so 7, 8, 9, 7, 8, 9 if you have that. If you want, could I do that actually? Actually, I can. I'm going to do that instead. I'm going to play 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4 as a double run of 3. Beat that. This guy's going to look at his cards. Now, it is points that I'm giving up to potentially. Now, the reason why you might want to, I suppose, bomb it and win the trick is maybe to prevent, let's say there's one person there almost going out, and they got a bunch of cards, and you want to prevent them from winning again, so you bomb it and give it to an opponent, and help them out a little bit if you choose to do that. That would be one reason for doing that. Of course, even if you can play, you can pass. But you know what? 789, 789. He's gonna beat me. That rat bastard. And you go over to this player. And can he do anything on that? He's got... Yes, he can, actually. He can do 8, 9, 10, 8, 9, 10. Why not? Why not? We'll continue doing this. Now, over here, go to me. I can't beat that. But what I can do is say, you know what? I'm not going to do anything. Well, yeah, I'm not going to bomb it. I'm going to pass, and then everyone else passes, and this guy is going to win these cards. Put that aside, and he gets the lead. Maybe this time he plays just a pair of sixes. Why not? And I'm going to play a pair of sevens. Oh, and actually, before we continue, now we've done the first round, and we're going to play a bunch of cards. This guy's going to say, you know what? I'm going to bid 15 points, and I'm going to go out first. And I look at my cards, and I say, you know what? I'll bid 30 points. And this guy says, I'll bid 0. So now we go again. Plays a pair of sixes. I'm going to play my pair of sevens. This guy plays a nothing. You have to play something that's higher. He's going to pass. Well, technically, he could. You know what? He says, I can't do anything, but I am going to bomb it to make sure he doesn't get more points. And he gives it to me because since he bombed it, he has to pass it to another player. So he's going to pass it to me. And so I win that one. Well, actually, technically, he wins that one. So he's going to start, and he's going to play a pair of twos. This guy passes. I play a pair of fives. This guy passes. I might as well play a pair of tens just to get them out of my hand. And then maybe this guy says, you know what? I'm going to bomb you. He doesn't want me to get those cards, so he gives them to this guy. Why not? But he wins, so he gets the lead, and he's going to play a 2, 3, 4, 5. He's trying to get rid of all his cards. I have to pass because I only have 2 cards. And this guy can play. He's going to play 3, 4, 5, 6. And this guy has to pass. I passed, so this guy wins. And then this guy's just going to play a 4. This guy plays a 7. I'm going to play an 8. This guy plays a 10. He goes out. So he goes out first, which is interesting because he said he was not going to go out first. So he doesn't get any points for that. And this guy has to pass. And actually, I also pass. So now this guy plays a card. And I'm the last one in. So we'll just remind myself that I was the last one. So that is that. So this guy went out first, so he's going to get the Haggis as well. I'll put these aside so they don't get mixed up. And they're going to score the points. Now I should mention as well, and I didn't do this, I forgot, but the Jack, Queen, King can also be played in a sequence, so you can go 10, Jack, Queen, King if you want. if you want to do that. But then they don't count as, they count as wild cards, but they're not bombs. So you can do that as well, just like, in a regular trick-taking game of sorts. So you're going to get a point for cards left in your opponent's hands and points cards captured during a trick, play, and a bet. So this guy bet 0, so he doesn't get anything. I don't believe anyone's going to get anything in that instance. I'm not even familiar what happens in that instance. So 0 points is a no bet, 15 points is a little bet, 30 points is a big bet. And you can bet whatever you want. Everyone can bet 30 if they want. Bets cannot be retracted. Now, when a person goes out, this guy went out, he's going to get 5 points for every card in the hand of the opponent who held the most cards. We both had 2, so he's going to get 10 points for one of us having the most cards. And so if the bet is successful, that amount is added to the player's score. So if I bet 30 and I went out, I would get those points. However, if I was not successful, I would give those points to the person who did go out. So since I bid 15, I think it was, that I was going to go out first, and he bid 30 that he was going to go out first, neither of us went out first. So those 45 points are going to this guy who bid 0 and went out first. So it's kind of interesting how that works. And then we're going to score the points. He gets 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 points. And, okay, 14 points. He had 2 points in the Haggis. So 14 points for him plus the 45. So that's like, what is that, 49? This guy, how did he do? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 points. And I had 10 points. So you're going to keep track of the score on the score sheet. Actually, there isn't a score sheet with this one. That's a different game I'm thinking of. But you're going to keep score. And you're going to keep playing until you can play to 250 or 350 points. Or whatever you want, really. You can set up whatever end point you want, depending on how long you want to play or how quick of a game, how challenging, what have you. But I think it's pretty cool. That's more or less gives you the gist of the game. I think it's pretty cool. It is a harder to find game, but I like it. So that is that. I'd take this any day over the food. To say, we'll see you next time for more. Thanks for watching. Comment, like, subscribe. See ya.